Hey guys and gals, I got another one for you today. So today was 4.11 and I am doing this late video because I got done with work late and had to go in early. Didn't have a lot of time to put this together. So first tank I want to talk about, M60. Let's compare the stats. You know how I break it down. It's quick, painless, and just kind of compares how it is. So the M60 we're going to compare to the M48 Patton, and you can see here the M60 is a little bit quicker with the power ratio, and the reverse speed and top speed are both significantly faster than the 105s that they both feature. Reload time is a little bit quicker on the M60. The aim time is a little bit quicker on the M60. The accuracy while moving and rotating is a little worse moving, a little better rotating, and gun depression elevations are on point. Let's get to ground resistances. M60 rotates a little bit faster, has less ground resistance. So you can just see the trend here. The M60 is a little bit more mobile. And rotation speed of the turret, M60 is a little bit quicker. Same view range, 420 for both of them. Not much more to say there. Getting into the radio, the most important thing when you're selecting a tier 10 tank is your signal range. If you don't know that by now, you might as well just uninstall the game. But the signal range on the M60 is 5 meters better, so I would just sell off your M48, buy the M60 just for that reason. Moving into ammunition, and they're pretty similar. In fact, they are almost identical besides the heat rounds. The penetration is a little bit higher on the M60, and that's really about it. So you get more pen because you actually bought the tank. The velocities and everything are right on point. So what you think, well, Mav, you're right, why don't I get rid of the M48 Patton then? Well, the M60 has a bigger top patch. You can see the armor profile is not the greatest. It looks more like a Soviet hull because it's got the two angled parts. It's the top plate at 93 millimeters. Prem rounds are going to blast through this thing. Now it is angled, so that should help, but you're going to get shot right through the side. The lower plate's actually a little bit thicker at 130, so it puts it on par with like the 705A, and that is just a weak spot on the 705A that everybody goes through, so it's going to be a weak spot on this as well. You got to use the gun depression, you got to use the mobility. I think it's still a good tank, but I still think the M48 Patton is great because of its ability to be able to brawl heavy tanks. Alright, let's move into the Chisel. This is the newest Merc tank, and they say it's probably going to be the last one too. The Chisel has better horsepower to ton ratio than the Centurion Action 10, which is very curious because it has spaced armor on it, like most Merc tanks do, but it's going to be faster. And then just comparing the guns, that's got the Chieftain gun, but it's got a slower reload time. It's got much worse aim time. Accuracy is on point, and accuracy on move and rotation is not as good either. And then looking at rotations, it's actually got worse terrain resistances than the Action 10, which it uses the Action 10's hull, the Chieftain's gun, and the Patton's turret. So let's get into the Patton's turret. Exactly the same. 420 meter view range, 40 degree per second rotation. It's on point. Jumping into the radio, like I said before, most important part of the tank. These are both using the same exact radio. And then getting into the ammunition, it is exactly the same as the Chieftain, so there's no difference there. What do I think of the Chisel? Well, it's an interesting concept. I mean, an Action 10, I feel like, is somewhat slow, kind of like the Patton, but this one actually moves a little bit better. The comparison between, like, you're not going to be able to brawl in the Chisel like you are in the Patton, just like the M60, but there's a lot of good things going for this tank. So the main question, is it worth it? Well, it's going to be worth the grind if you're willing to get the tank that way. To buy it, probably not. I don't think the Chieftain's gun being inaccurate on this thing is going to make it as enjoyable as what people think it's going to be, but I could be wrong. as far as the M60 goes, I feel like this is going to be like a collector's tank. If you save up the XP, maybe you want to grab this thing, but I just feel like there's tier 10 medium tanks that are better than it. It does look okay. I like the 48 Pattons look a lot better. This one kind of looks naked, and that's just my opinion. I mean, maybe you love it, go ahead, get it. It does have the gun depression, and I feel like it will be a sneaky medium tank. I just don't think it'll be able to brawl like the Patton. And I mean, I could just go back and forth on the pluses and minuses, but I think I'll just end it here. So comment below what you think of these tanks, if you're going to go after them, and I'll see you on the battlefield. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. I'll catch you in the next video.